I'm rushing. I grip my bag with my red, white and blue inside tightly as I catch the metro at the Piccadilly station just as it's about to pull out. I'm in Manchester. I haven't been here in 10 years. As the metro makes its way to the media city, I watch the beauty of the city from my seat by my window. I'm trying to hide my nerves about the first day on a new project, so I chatter away on my phone to my twin about the wonderful city spreading out before me. The historic buildings juxtaposed with the new ones, and more people get on the metro at each stop. This city excites me. I ask my twin, why don't we visit Manchester more often? We agree we will soon, but I know her. She'll already be looking up train times from London and trying to find the hotels with spas and historic buildings. But it's peaking. The red, white and blue flag, just a corner, an inch, no more. But that's enough. An old white woman. Her lap is overloaded with shopping bags and she refuses to let them touch the ground. Has her eyes on me. And I try to ignore it, but I can't. She has her eyes fixed on that corner, that inch of that flag. And that's enough. She says a word then in my direction, a word she knows will wound. And suddenly I can't breathe. I shove my red, white and blue as far down in the bag as I can so that not even that corner, that inch can be seen. I grip my bag to me now as if it were the most precious thing in the world. I try to calm myself and keep my eyes on the tram's red emergency handle. Pull in case of emergency, it says. But is this an emergency? Is this an emergency enough for other people? Will they realise the emergency this is to me? Will they? Or will I be told that this was improper use, that I must pay the £50 fine? Because my emergency is not enough of an emergency for other people. The silence and the avoidance of my eyes from all the morning people going to their got-to-be-at-work early lives. They're spending their day in town lives. They're visiting friends and family lives. And in short, their everyday Manchester lives. And that's really getting to me, making me feel as if I've been stripped from my skin and my nerve endings are exposed and tingling. I cannot keep my eyes off that red emergency handle as the silence around me is only being broken by her voice, her cigarette coarsened voice mocking me, saying that word I have never heard spoken before and stupidly imagined I would never have to hear spoken in a direction over and over. The old white woman, she sees my distress, my confusion, and mocks me. Suppose you're going to put it on Facebook, she says, disgusted. She's making me feel. She's making me feel as if this this has been ripped from a 1980s article about racism and a hate moment. That this cannot even be happening to me. This is 2017, just an ordinary morning. This is a morning when I'm on my way to the BBC to create the artistry about race, about the Union Jack, and about rights of black people to have ownership of that red, white, and blue. I close my eyes against her, and the wooing silence of the other commuters. A fleeting thought runs through my unbidden head of men and women that make up that ever-thinning blue line that I'm hoping will make me breathe easier again as I dial. Please, please, I say. I hear the police operator, the concern in his voice when I tell him about what that old white woman said, about where I am, about where she still is, sitting there behind me, hearing me speak. He tells me, we take this very seriously. We will send someone out at the metro stop. I hang up the phone. And I'm calmer now, breathing easier because I'm sure of the men and women that make up that ever-thinning blue line. I try to keep my voice reasonable as the old white woman apologizes and pleads with me not to take her to court. I didn't mean it, she says. You chose that particular word, I say. I didn't mean it. A hate crime, I say. And I say no more because I'm looking out of the tram's window and the city has suddenly changed for me. Her deliberate words, the silence that still persists from all the other commuters who heard her, who heard me and said nothing, have changed it. But I hold my head up and look her right in the eye because the police are coming. They speak for me, and the silence of all those who heard will feel better then, won't it? My breathing will be smoother then, won't it? A few stops, and the old white woman gets out of her seat, and she's getting off. She stops a moment, and there's no pleading now, there's no sorry now, only a rude hand gesture and a triumphant smile. You've got nothing on me. And I do not respond. The tram doors closed, and she's gone. I check that notes section on my phone. The crime number the police gave me is there, and I repeat the number and it calms me. The men and women that make up that ever-thinning blue line are coming, and there will be my story, and there will be CCTV. I go on with my workday. And I have to create artistry about race, about the Union Jack, about rights of black people to ownership of that red, white, and blue. Because this is the place that I am from. And I know in my bones that a hate crime experienced as others stay silent and only tell you as though you get off the tram that I heard everything. You were so dignified. Like they are complimenting you, like the silence against her words is not complicity with her. It's never a reason for someone like me to cancel a work day. I'm stronger than that, right? I'm used to struggle and hate, right? I'm supposed to take that in my stride, right? A week later, I call the ever-thinning blue line to check on the progress with the crime report. And the sergeant tells me there will be no further action taken because Manchester police do not have the police resources to investigate. We're too stretched and cannot spare one officer, she says. It takes a lot of time to view CCTV, to take a still from CCTV, to put the image on a digital system and do all the other duties associated with investigating this crime, she says. It's not like this was a physical, violent attack or damage to property, she says. I pause then, as I try to compute that in this country, this place that I am from, that I do not matter. Not to this woman, not to this police force, not to the entire booklet that I have read in the week that I have waited and waited for them to contact and tell me about what they have done, how they have taken action. This booklet telling the whole world how seriously Manchester police take hate crime. How destructive it is in a community and how victims of hate crime will be treated well. I gather myself as much as I can because I'm crying now. And no matter how hard I try, I cannot stop. I tell her there is damage, there is theft. That woman, the commuters who stay silent, you, the whole ever-thinning blue line have stolen from me, have damaged me. What you have stolen can never be replaced. You have stolen the place where I am from me. I have never been from a place that is silent about a hate crime. I have never been from a place where an ever-thinning blue line will not investigate that crime. And now I begin to hyperventilate through the tears as I get really choked up. Your no further action has stolen from me. Your no further action has stolen my breath, I tell her. It has stolen who I was. And I really struggle to breathe as I hang up. And I struggle to look at the Union Jack above my writing desk, but I do. I look. I resist the strong urge I have to take it down and fold it away in my drawer. Instead, I take my first selfie. I take a selfie with the flag in the background and I post it on Twitter at Great Manchester Police, at Manchester Metro Link, for all those who experience racism, for all those who are told to go back to where you come from. I will not stay silent. I will speak for you. And I am with you. Hashtag Union Jack, hashtag England, hashtag this is where I'm from.